What is up, everybody? It's your boy Kinetik 615 back for another watch along. Today we got the Washington Commanders at the Minnesota Vikings at US Bank Stadium. The return of both J.J. McCarthy and the return of Jayden Daniels, reportedly. So we'll see what happens there. I'm running a little bit behind today as I logged on, started up my computer to get ready to log on. The computer decided it needed to update a whole bunch of things, so I'm getting everything set up a little bit late. So bear with me here as I get the link sent out to social media. Bear with me just a few minutes here. Shout out to Ripstar in the chat with the first comment. Vikings need a QB. No, they do not. The Vikings have a QB. They have a QB of the future, and that is J.J. McCarthy. Getting the link, getting it sent out to social media. Give me a few moments here, guys. What up, Keegan? Yeah, I saw that and I think it's hilarious. I told you I'd put Bama and Miami in over Notre Dame. I told you that. Gold chance going. Yeah, Keegan. I. So to anybody that's watching, curious what Keegan's talking about, college football playoff selection committee just made their selections about 30 minutes ago, uh, and controversially, although I think it was the right decision, Alabama and Miami made it in over Notre Dame, and I agree. Join the conference. I'm not going to penalize Alabama for playing in the conference championship and losing the 13th game when comparing their resumes to two other teams that only played 12 games, didn't play in the conference championship, and one isn't even in the conference. So Bama, Miami, then Notre Dame, committee got it right. All right, so Miles Price with the return out to the 40-yard line. Nice return by Miles Price there. Nice return by Miles Price. I agree, Keegan. I've been saying for a little more than a year now. I don't know if you remember me saying this on over on Maze's channel. We got Naylor in motion, JJ under center. I need to put over on this other screen so I can maximize it. Aaron Jones runs up the middle for a gain of 3. No, I've been saying, I don't know if you remember me saying it over on Maze's channel, but I was saying that with the 12-team playoff, conference championships no longer make sense. It does not make sense to have only a couple teams play, especially when that then makes a case for the team that loses a conference championship to be out. So they need to do one of two things. Sorry, real quick. So we got J.J. in shotgun, empty backfield, 5 receiver, well 4 and T.J. Hawkinson. J.J. drops back looking to throw, fires over the middle, check down to Hawkinson, first down. Oh no, that's not Hawkinson. It's Sims. I don't know who Sims is. But Keegan, you're a mod. Can you get rid of that guy, please? So either conference championships either need to be gone. We don't need them in a 12-team playoff format. Nice run up the middle. Nice run up the middle by the Vikings. Wait, what chat is he in, Keegan? What chat is he in? Is he in hold on. Okay, wait. So he's in the gamer sideline. Hold on. I need to fix that real quick. All right, we got JJ dropping back in shotgun, fires left, out route, connects, first down to TJ Hawkinson. This time it is TJ Hawkinson. All right, so we got JJ in shotgun, a little end around by Jalen Naylor, first down. JJ, man, I'm telling you, this game. I told you should have started JJ today. But no, so conference championship weekend in college football needs to be gone. We don't need any games played on conference championship weekend, or we turn it into instead of conference championship weekend, we turn it into play-in weekend. And this is where every team plays a game, a 13th game, and it's a play-in for position. It's a game determined by conference standings, and that's going to require the number 1 and 2 team in every conference play, the number 2, 3, and 4 team, number 5 and 6, and so forth. And then that way, every team has 13 games on their resume, and this is their last attempt to be able to make a case to get into the playoffs. One of those two things need to happen, but conference championships as they currently are, done. We don't need them. Run up the middle by Aaron Jones. Now we got JJ, empty backfield, shotgun. Looking to throw. Fires over the middle. And touchdown. Touchdown, J.J. McCarthy, Oliver, tight end. Josh Oliver. Thank you, Josh Oliver. Tight end. J.J. McCarthy starts the game with a touchdown. It's the return of 9. All right, so in honor of that game, of the game starting with a J.J. McCarthy touchdown, I got some new toys here thanks to Lichamac. So
like a dog in the street.
I gotta find where some of these are. He gave me some new toys on here. I need to play around with these. Some of them are Michigan specific, so I can't play them during a Vikings game. So before the game, there was a nice little meetup at the center field, at the 50-yard line or whatever with J.J. and Jayden Daniels. There's a video out there you can find. It's pretty cool. This is what J.J. told Jayden Daniels.
That's it. I'm going to kick your ass. Then I'm going to reenact kicking your ass. I'm not messing around. I have proven I can kick your ass.
The return of 9. I'm in for it. Deebo Samuel set back to return the kickoff. Fielded at the goal line, up the right sideline, still going, spins around a defender. Tackled at the 40-yard line. There is a flag down. Nacho time. Holding by the receiving team, Washington Commanders at 35. All right, Jayden Daniels back off of his injury. Dislocated elbow and a hamstring injury. Him and J.J. both returning off of short-term injuries. Glad Jayden Daniels wasn't seriously injured. I thought it looked bad when he injured his elbow. Got a full compression sleeve and looks like something more on his arm. Daniels in pistol. Single back. Nope. Now he moves to shotgun. Vikings at 5, rushing. Runs up the middle, cuts left, gets it 3 yards, and forward progress stops. All right, we got a shotgun again. Jayden Daniels. Receivers bunched right. Samuel in motion across to the left. 4 receivers. Minnesota only rushing 4. Nice deep out route for Daniels. That's a first down. Found a soft spot in the zone there and just was able to get pretty open there. Nice catch by Terry McLaurin. Shotgun, Daniels dropping back, screen pass. Gains 2. Daniels under center now. Wing formation on the line. Single back. One receiver out wide right. Tight end in motion. Hands it off. Runs right. Through the line. Gets the first down. Tackled at the I couldn't tell. 41. Daniels incomplete there. Pass hits the dirt. Daniels in shotgun now. Tight formation with two receivers, one to either side. Drops back to pass. Under pressure, but the defender trips and falls. Checks it down to the tight end. Gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards. That was a nice play design by the Commanders there. Running back chipped a pass rusher. I didn't see who it was, but I was able to trip him up. Good play. Keegan, let me guess. Irish Tears. Jayden Daniels in shotgun. Deebo Samuel in motion. Looking to pass. 4-man rush. Daniels takes off, scrambling out of the pocket. Dives for the first down. Couldn't tell if he got it. Blake Cashman met him at the first down marker. And it's going to be a first down, Commanders. Shut up, Keegan. Daniels in shotgun, bunch left, one receiver right. No, I'm sorry, in pistol. Tight end in motion. Hands it to the running back. Cuts right, cuts back left up the center. Gains 8, and look, there's a flag. Holding on the Commanders. 10-yard penalty, replay first down. It was on the tight end, Bates. All right. Daniels in shotgun, 3 receivers. Tight end in motion. Blitz from Minnesota gets to him, but it's a screen. He's able to get it off to the running back and gets back to the line maybe half a yard. All right. Daniels in shotgun. We got 7 guys on the line for Minnesota. Hitman backs off, 6 guys. Russian 4. Daniels under pressure, scrambles out of the pocket, gains about 5. Daniels drops back under pressure, blitz, quick pass, check down out of the backfield, and they get a first down. Nice conversion by the Commanders on 3rd and 14. Nice wide receiver screen to Deebo Samuel. Right, Daniels under center, I formation. Running right, gets through the line, cuts back center, still going, first down, gets all the way down to the 4-yard line. I'm gonna need Josh Metellus to tackle better. He had Rodriguez wrapped up and just let him go. Daniels changing the play. He's in shotgun, wing formation, one receiver wide right. Hands it off, run up the middle, and tackled after a gain of 2. Gonna be 2nd and goal, Washington. Daniels under center. Power I. Pull back in. Takes the handoff. Daniels keeps it. Fires in the back corner. Overthrows out of the end zone. Incomplete. Eric Wilson, nice pursuit of the QB, staying in his line of sight to block his field of vision. Nice play by Eric Wilson. 3rd and goal. Play clock running down. Did he get it off? Looks like it. Daniels scrambling, running to the sideline, throws it away. Nice coverage there by Isaiah Rodgers. Jonathan Allen had pressure on Jayden Daniels, former teammate. Didn't let him scramble. Isaiah Rodgers had good bracketed coverage with the safety. Van Ginkel on coverage on Getz. Great coverage in the end zone. You should have. Keegan, I tried to tell you to play J.J., didn't I? All right, Daniels in shotgun, empty backfield, 4 receivers. Drops back, no blitz. Back of the end zone and dropped by Samuel on 4th and goal. That was a nice throw by Daniels. It was on the money. It hit Samuels in the hands, and he dropped it. Deebo Samuel doing his best Jordan Adams impression in the end zone. I tried to tell you start JJ. Yeah, I mean, I would not start Tesla over Amon-Ra. I'm just saying, listen, when KOC stops his bullshit play calling with the crazy long developing choice routes everywhere and actually gives JJ checkdowns, gives him out routes, gives him slants, you see what happens. JJ's good. He just the play calling this year, the drop catches by receivers, the shoddy O line play hasn't done him any favors. Hands it off to Aaron Jones, runs up the middle. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Jordan Mason. Out of his own end zone, gain of about 5. What up, Marmar? Shout out Marmar in the chat. It's gonna be 2nd and 6 for the Vikings. JJ on the first drive, 4 of 4, 46 yards, 1 touchdown. All right, we got JJ under center now. Wing formation, fullback, CJ Hammond, Hawkinson in motion. Hands it off to Mason, runs up the middle, stopped at the line. Bobby Wagner on the tackle. Great technique and form there by Bobby Wagner. One of the best to do it. Can't hate on it. It's gonna be 3rd and 6, Vikings. JJ in shotgun, 4 receivers. Russ back, he's in his own end zone. JJ scrambles. JJ dives for the first down. Did he get it? JJ using his legs. Did he get it? 1st and 10. First down. Marmar's back just like JJ's back. Nice heads up play there by JJ McCarthy to tuck it and run. Out of his own end zone, pocket breaking down. First down run by JJ McCarthy. Knew exactly where the first down line was. Now JJ under center, tight formation, 3 receivers. Hawkinson in motion. Hands it off to Mason, running left. Gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. Didn't get the snap off before the end of the quarter. So Minnesota's up 7-0 at the end of the first. We're on commercial. Just want to remind everybody we are currently live on both the Kinetik 615 and the Gamer Sideline over on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe to both channels. Anyone wants to come up on stage and watch the game with me, you're welcome to come up here and talk about the game. Keep it respectful, keep it clean. Let me know if y'all want to come up, and I'll put the link in the chat. Marmar, Keegan, any of my Skull brothers that are watching, you guys are welcome to come up. Just let me know. J.J. drops back, fires over the middle, connects, catch. Jalen Naylor, first down. J.J. perfect on 5 of 5 passing so far. You know what's fun is sitting here watching JJ have to play against his guy Mikey Sainer still. All right, JJ under center, I formation, 2 receivers. Takes the handoff, play action, hit as he throws, goes over Addison's head, out of bounds. First incomplete pass for JJ, and again he was hit as he was throwing. That would have been a catch if if the old line had held up. JJ in shotgun, but receivers bunched right. Mason in the backfield. Hands it off to Mason, runs up the middle, cuts back inside. First down. First down, Vikings. Listen, as I need to apologize formally to you for advising you to take Jordan Mason at the start of the season. Every report I had was him and JJ had crazy chemistry and that he was going to be one of the top targets, but I couldn't have imagined that the season was going to go like this. Hands it to Mason, runs up the middle out of shotgun, gain of 4. Love seeing JJ and Mikey in this game on opposite teams, but I love seeing our guys, man. Captain of the offense for our national championship team 2023. Captain of the defense for our national championship team 2023. In the same game on the same field again. JJ in shotgun, Hawkinson in motion. Drops back to pass, no blitz. JJ scrambling out of the pocket. It breaks down. Keeps it. Dragged out of bounds for a 2-yard loss. Third down. First down pass by J.J. Jalen Naylor with the first down there. Mikey Sainer still. I know I'm a Vikings fan, but I got to show love to Mikey Sainer still, man. J.J. under center, I formation, wing. Jefferson out wide left. Hands it to Jones. Jones runs right, cuts back up, gain of 1. Got a snow game in Buffalo. Bengals looks like the Bengals are up 14-3. Keegan. Bengals are up 14-3 over the Bills. J.J. McCarthy in shotgun. 3 receivers left. Hawkinson in motion. J.J. looking to throw. He's under pressure. Scrambles out. J.J.'s out. Gets back to the line. Maybe got a yard or a couple. J.J. in shotgun. Drops back. Fires left. A bullet. And caught. Jordan Addison. First down. Nice deep pass. Jordan Addison with the out route there. Man, that's the arm J.J. has. But people say he has a modest arm. First and 10, J.J. in shotgun. Hawkinson in motion, 3 receivers. Looks to throw. Quick pass to the left. Justin Jefferson at the line. Tackle for a 1-yard loss. J.J. under center, pitches it to Jones. Jones runs right, cuts back up center. I don't know what just happened there. He broke a couple tackles and got back to the line. It's going to be 3rd and 12. Jefferson in motion. J.J. dropping back, steps up, passes to Justin Jefferson, and gets the first down on 3rd and long. Conversion by J.J. to J.J. Run by Mason up the middle, gain of 6. Shout out to Austin K Swag in the chat. We got JJ under center. Hawkinson in motion, hands it to Mason, runs up the middle, gets to just a yard shy, less than a yard shy of the first down. Austin in the chat says, my dad's a Vikings fan. I'm an Eagles fan, so I hate the Commanders. But go Vikings, dude. Hey, man, enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So we'll take down the Commanders, man. We got you. Y'all got my guy Trevor Keegan a Super Bowl ring last year, so I can't even hate. Yeah, Keegan, you got a vendetta against Addison, don't you? Hands it off, runs left, touchdown run, Jordan Addison. Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. This is the type of play calling that we should have had all season long to support a young 22-year-old quarterback. The play calling, there's no reason that up until this point in the season that J.J. McCarthy at 22 years old in what is now his 7th game has the highest average depth of target on passes, both incomplete and completed, in the NFL. The play calling all season long has not supported a young quarterback. The play calling today has. Running it on 3rd and short or 4th and short near the goal line. Surprise, surprise, we get a touchdown. But all year long, all KOC is called is pass plays. And convert on a ridiculously low percentage of them. But you run and you see what happens. You give the young QB check downs, you give them out routes, you give them slants, you give them crossers, you give them drags, you give them digs, and look what happened. This is what I've been saying all season long. People want to trash on JJ all season long, and it hasn't been him. Yes, he has things he needs to work on. Mechanic, footwork, decision making, read progression. Yes, he needs to work on all of that. Those are things you fix in the offseason, not mid-season. Mid-season, you adapt your play calling to match your QB's ability. And it took KOC this many weeks to do it. Vikings just need sensible fucking play calling, man. On top of that, the offensive line has not played well all season. They're not playing particularly well today, but JJ's got the freedom to just play. But the play calling has just been bad, man, and the receivers dropping passes that hit their hands this season has been ridiculous. Yes, JJ has things to work on, but the struggles that the Vikings have been plagued with this year are not even mostly on JJ. And I've been saying it for weeks, and people have called me a fake fan. They've called me all this JJ apologist, all this stuff. When really I'm just like being realistic. Kickoff, Devo Samuel on the return gets it back to the 24. Maybe the 23. Two drives, two touchdowns with sensible play calling. Imagine that. While we're on commercial, just want to remind everyone that we are live on the Gamer Sideline and on Kinetik 615. Make sure to check out both channels. All right, we're back. Jayden Daniels in shotgun. Two receivers left, two receivers right, tight formation. Drops back to pass, fires left, tipped at the line, incomplete. Andrew Van Ginkel with a hand on it. Nice heads up play by Andrew Van Ginkel. Daniels in shotgun, two receivers wide left, one tight right. Putting that receiver in motion. Hands it off, run up the middle, gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Now we got Jayden Daniels in shotgun, wing formation, receivers tight, bunched right. One goes in motion. Under pressure, hand on him. He gets away. Daniels scrambling, breaks another tackle, pushed out 2 yards shy of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2. Bernard got the pressure, pushed him out of the pocket, and Ginkle tried to chase him down. Got a little bit of a hand on an ankle. He was able to high step out of it, and then Harrison Smith knocked him out. Commanders are going to punt. Shout out to our guy Thor Nystrom from Score North, newly employed at Score North with the new podcast Thor Talks Purple. On X, he says J.J. McCarthy threw 2 drives, 9 of 10 for 99 yards and a touchdown. Completions to 6 different receivers. Second drive, first 12-minute drive in over 4 years in the NFL. 19 plays, 98 yards. Yeah, I still disagree. If Ohio State's kicker doesn't miss that field goal last night, Mendoza might not even be the lead for Heisman, and I don't feel like he should have jumped Pavia when he didn't really even like when it wasn't even on him. Gain of 5, run up the middle, Vikings. I think what Pavia's done is way more impressive than Mendoza. J.J. under center, I formation, hands it off. Jones running 4-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1. At the NFL level, I'll take Mendoza over Pavia, but I think what Pavia's done. Listen, I think that Pavia has effectively helped turn Vanderbilt into a national power because with the NIL era, I don't see Vanderbilt with their resources uh, slowing down. Indiana, without Kurt Signetti, is back to a basketball school. Mendoza has not changed Indiana. Signetti changed Indiana. Pavia changed Vanderbilt. Aaron Jones runs up the middle, first down. Imagine that, Kevin O'Connell. When you run on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, when you get first downs, you get touchdowns. Yep. Yep. Jared, what was it, Jared Curtis or something like that? He's from the Nashville area. That's actually where I played at in high school was in Franklin, Tennessee, which is about 30 minutes south of Nashville. I think Curtis played at Brentwood, which is one of our rivals. I'd have to go look exactly where he played, but 4-yard run for the Vikings there. Let's see what Vikings Twitter is talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Keegan. Signetti's the one that changed the culture at Indiana. Avi is the one that changed the culture at Vandy. Whistle dead. There's a flag on the play. I'll start on Aerosol. J.J. in shotgun, drops back, fires left, and it's tipped at the line. Frankie Louvu with the tip. It's going to be 3rd and 11. J.J. in shotgun, drops back under pressure from the blitz, and gets sacked. Von Miller on the sack. Offensive line dropping the ball again, giving J.J. no protection. What's crazy is that Jefferson was open on that play, but by the time he was open, J.J. had no time to throw. He was already getting sacked because the O-line is playing like shit. So far this season, the Vikings O-line has not played well in the second half of the game. Let's hope that today they can change that. So news for my Michigan fans, my Michigan brothers. Michigan Wolverines will play the Texas Longhorns in the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Eve. I was hoping to play Vandy and play against Diego Pavia, but that's all right. We'll take the Texas game. Jayden Daniels in shotgun. Under pressure, quickly gets rid of it. Terry McLaurin on an out route, 7-yard gain. Yeah, I agree. I would have rather played Vanderbilt or Tennessee, but I guess they went for the two biggest brands, Texas and Michigan. Daniels in shotgun. Minnesota loading up the line. Daniels changing the protection. Minnesota blitzing, all out blitz, gets to him, knocks the pass down. Hitman Harrison Smith. All right, the pass was not knocked down. It was he just threw it in the dirt. Third and 4, empty backfield. Daniels drops back, gets it into a very tight window to Terry McLaurin. First down pass. Now they're hurrying back to the line. In shotgun, 4 receivers spread out wide, under pressure, throws it away. Hitman Harrison Smith again on the pressure. Daniels in shotgun now. It's going to be very obviously a pass play. 2nd and 10. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Takes a snap. No blitz. Scrambling out of the pocket. Checks it down to Samuel. Loss of 2. Three receivers wide left. Daniels in shotgun. No blitz. 4-man rush. Pocket breaking down. Under pressure. Throws it away. It's going to be 4th and 12. Miles Price with the punt return. Tries to make something happen. Gets it back to the 14-yard line. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Whether you're watching on Gamer Sideline or on Kinetik 615, don't forget to like the video. McCarthy today, 9 of 11, 98 yards, one touchdown, 134.1 passer rating. All right, so we're at halftime, 14-0 Minnesota. All right, I need to go AFK, guys. I gotta take the dog outside. I gotta check on my mother. I will be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to take the dog out and check on my mother, make sure she was doing all right. So, some bad news here. I hate to see anybody injured. I know he was on the Vikings last year. There were some people talking about trying to bring him back to compete with J.J. next year, but Daniel Jones' season is now ended with a ruptured Achilles tendon. Um, Sucks. Hope he heals and gets better. Looks like it's going to be Anthony Richardson time again in Indy. Let's see what Vikings Twitter's saying. College football fans, a couple updates on bowl games. We got Illinois and Tennessee in the Music City Bowl, Vanderbilt and Iowa in the ReliaQuest Bowl. So a couple Big Ten SEC matchups. Let's see. Fresno State and Miami of Ohio in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Utah State, Washington State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. LSU and Houston in the Texas Bowl. TCU and USC in the Alamo Bowl. That's what we got so far. Tulane and JMU are in the playoffs, as they should be. I mean, you got the G5 at large bid that's going to happen every year, and then it just comes down to pure ranking. Um, to be honest, what allowed them to get in was Virginia dropping the ball and losing to Duke in the ACC championship game last night. I mean, listen, Notre Dame wants to be in the playoffs. They should join a conference. Two got in because Duke lost to ACC or lost to Virginia in the ACC championship. Like if Virginia had won, I'm sorry, Duke beat Virginia in the ACC championship. If Virginia had won, then Virginia would have been in. But almost immediately after that game ended, I started seeing people say that two G5 teams would get in now. Yep. Because fuck Notre Dame, that's why. I mean, to be fair, JMU. Look at JMU's record since joining the Division One. I mean, you don't like them because they got a boring name, boring colors, boring everything, and they've only been Division One FBS for like a couple years. But look at their record since they joined FBS. They've got one of the best win percentages. Okay, BYU's schedule wasn't that much better, and they lost to any good team. I mean, I've said it all year that once you got past like the top six teams, the rest of the teams were all kind of jumbled in the middle. No, Tyler, I don't think Jayden Daniels forgot how to play football, but I think I think he's playing against one of the most complex defenses in Brian Flores' defense. Um, and I think he's coming off a hamstring injury, and still got an injured arm. I don't care what they say, that arm is still hurting. So you combine that with a tough defense to read and a very blitz happy defense. I think that's what's. I always thought this was going to be a tough game for Jayden Daniels, but yeah. So Daniels under center now, wing formation, tight end in motion, hands it off, cuts back right up the middle. Looks like a 4 or 5 yard gain. Hey Luna, thanks for stopping in. How you doing? Ripstar, I'm not arguing that JMU's got a great schedule, but they I mean they can only play the schedule they got. Doesn't mean that the team is bad. And when I mean, if y'all want to keep JMU out of the playoffs, then the other teams that are in the Big 12, the ACC, need to play better. Need to win their games. Daniels in shotgun, tight formation. 4-man rush, no blitz, under pressure, gets away, gets back to the line and steps out of bounds. His arm is hurting, man. That arm got hit. Former teammate Jonathan Allen got a hand on him, and Jayden Daniels able to get out of his grasp and back to the line. Yeah, you gotta charge it when you sleep, Luna. That's the secret. That's the trick is charge it when you sleep. Daniels in shotgun, drops back, deep pass down the right sideline, and it's incomplete. That should have been offensive pass interference on Brown against Moreau. They're calling it on Moreau. Come on. Moreau was the one that got pushed down. Come on, man. Like I said, Ripstar, you want to keep the non-power fives out of the playoffs? Then power four teams need to win their games. Yeah, I feel you, Luna. I've done that a couple times. Good thing it wasn't dead though when you woke up. Commanders run up the middle, nice gain. I couldn't see how many. We got okay, it's 2nd and 5, so it was a 5-yard gain. Vikings up 14-0, third quarter. 13 minutes left. Daniels are driving, 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. Daniels in shotgun, trips left. Hands it off, back cuts up the middle, cuts right, gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Daniels in pistol, back motions it into shotgun. Hands it off, running left. No, Daniels kept it. And sacked. And it's fumbled. A sack fumble. Picked up by Minnesota, running it back, gets it to the 26-yard line. Oh, come on. Come on. That is ridiculous. Come on, man. That was ridiculous. I'll be right back, guys. All right, so we had a 5-yard or 4-yard run by Rodriguez with the Commanders. Going to be 2nd and 6. Ball on Minnesota's 42. There's 6 guys on the line. Split back shotgun, blitz, 5-man rush, screen pass, incomplete. Going to be 3rd and 6. Commanders in shotgun, drops back, under pressure, pocket breaking down. Daniels scrambling, trying to get the first down, and he's met just shy of the line, group tackle by Grenard, Cashman, and Byron Murphy. It's going to be 4th down. Fourth and 1. They're going to go for it. Tight formation. Tight end motioning out. Dropping back to throw. Connects. First down. Tackled at the 26-yard line. Zach Ertz on the first down conversion catch. Isaiah Rodgers, man, you got to do more than just push Zach Ertz and then back off. Come on, man. You can't leave him. Come on, dude. Like, you can't. Daniels under center, I formation, wing, one receiver wide right, fullback in motion, hands it off, runs up the middle, gets through the line, gain of 8. 7, excuse me, gain of 7. Second and 3. Daniels in shotgun, tight end in motion, hands it off. We got him in the backfield. He broke a tackle, gets back to the line, and he's taken down. Third and 3. No, they're not. 0 picks. JJ is it's like he's like 9 of 11, 98 yards and a touchdown. Vikings up 14-0. Third and 3. In Vikings territory. On the 19-yard line. Daniels in shotgun. Bunch formation tight left. Receiver in motion. Throws it to the out route on the left. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. 4th and 3. Second 4th down for this drive. Let's see if they go for it again. Quick little out route. Just kind of threw it too far in front of his receiver. Gonna be 4th and 3. Commanders are going for it. Daniels in shotgun, changing the protection. No, he's changing the play. He's changing the play. 4 receivers, 3 left, 1 right. Quick pass to the left, and Van Ginkel tips it and catches it himself, intercepts it. Jayden Daniels just got ginked. You should know better than to try those little screen passes when Van Ginkel's on that side. Should know better. Jayden Daniels just got ginked. Tip and interception by Van Ginkel on the little screen pass. Yeah, that's not true, Ripstar. You wish. JJ is a much, much, much better quarterback than Shadur Sanders. I am keeping it civil. Shadur's ass. That's why he's a fifth round pick. JJ hands it off, runs up the middle. Gain of a couple. You know what you won't see from JJ? Him doing a post game interview with media, playing some mime shit and mocking the media. JJ in shotgun tight formation, drops back, looking, and tries to check it down to Justin Jefferson, incomplete. I mean, I'm not trying to make you mad, but if me speaking the truth makes you mad, like that's on you, bro. JJ's better than Shadur. He always has been, always will be. JJ's arm was hit on that throw. JJ so far 9 of 12, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. Tight formation. JJ drops back, fires right, incomplete. Nice defense by Jones, the Commander's corner there, because that would have been a catch by Hawkinson. Will Riker comes out for a 45-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and just barely gets inside the right upright. What does that mean, Rupstar? Vikings go up 17-0. No, I get you. I should get something like that. No, bro, I don't. Hey, I don't even hardly drink. I haven't drank in over a year and a half, and like I've never really drank like that. It's just like an idle thing that I do. If I'm sitting here, it's just an idle thing I do. I don't know. Marcus Mariota is warming up. He might be. It looks like Jayden Daniels may have re-aggravated his left arm. Yeah, I should get something like that. It's just like I said, it's just like an idle hand motion when I'm doing something. But yeah, I could see getting something like that to do. I'm not like super dexterous with my hands though. Like I've never been able to do the thing where people like flip the coins on the back of their fingers. I've never been able to do that. All right, Marcus Mariota's in the game at quarterback. Not sure if Daniels is getting checked out or if he's done for the day. Marcus Mariota in at quarterback. Vikings up 17-0, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Mariota under center, tight end in motion, single back wing formation, hands it off. Krosky Merritt runs right. Looks like he got about 4 or 5 yards on the run. I actually kind of like Marcus Mariota. I was living in Nashville when he was drafted number 2, I want to say, overall by the Tennessee Titans. I got to meet him once when he was, I think it was his rookie year or maybe his second year. Marcus Mariota is a pretty cool dude. I actually like him. Commanders in shotgun, 2 receivers left, wing formation, single back. Over the middle pass, nice first down, and forward momentum stop. Debo Samuel on the catch. Yeah, I was just doing it, didn't realize it until I, yeah. Understand. Mariota hands it off, hit in the backfield, gets just back across the line, maybe a yard pickup. Jayden Daniels out of the tent. The sleeve is off of his left arm. He does not have his helmet, so it looks like he might be done for the day. Mariota in shotgun, wing formation, 2 receivers left, tight, running back motion out of the backfield. Second and 9. Fires left, and hitman Harrison Smith with the interception gets it back to the 36-yard line. Is Kerry Combs a good special team hire? Why him? Referral? He has Ohio connections and a special teams and DB coaching background. Yeah. So okay, so I don't know a ton about Combs. What I do know is that he is a very experienced assistant coach. He was a position coach and a defensive coordinator for State for a couple years under Urban Meyer for the first year or two under Ryan Day. I think for the first, I don't know the exact timeline because in between Urban Meyer and Ryan Day, he also coached, I think, with the Tennessee Titans as a DB coach and special teams coordinator. He also was at Cincinnati. I know that he was the defensive coordinator for Ohio State in the 2020 and 2021 seasons. Um, the thing that surprised me is that he posted. Let me see if I can find um, about being a Michigan fan growing up, which makes me wonder why he coached at Ohio State. If that's the case, so I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so Kerry Combs posted on X yesterday, said, "What a wonderful world we live in. Who knew in 1997 that one day I'd be able to coach in the big house instead of being there as a fan?" And it has a picture of him as a I'm assuming he's like a high school, looks about high school age. Him and what looks like his little brother both wearing Michigan gear on the sideline uh, during a game. Um, and he put hashtag those who stay will be champions, hashtag hail to the victors, hashtag go blue. Um, so it kind of sets the stage that he's a Michigan fan, but then he coached at Ohio State, so I'm not sure. But word is that he's a really good special teams coach. He's also going to be an assistant coach, position coach for the safeties. Got a run up the middle by Jordan Mason, nice 7-yard run. And that he's also a very, very good recruiter in the Detroit area, Ohio. Yeah, I don't know. I know that he coached under Urban Meyer. I know he coached it for the Titans. I know he coached under Ryan Day. I know he coached at Cincinnati. Uh, I don't know much else. No, we have a DB's coach with Lamar Morgan. A lot of teams will have a DB's coach, but then we'll have a separate assistant coach for the safeties or the corners. We do not currently, and technically, he's not a safeties coach, but he's expected to sort of be special teams. He's a special teams coordinator, but he's also going to assist with the safeties. And it does make you think if Wink leaves, the common thought was that when Wink does leave, it'll be Lamar Morgan who will be promoted to defensive coordinator to replace Wink, which means that we then would not have a DB's coach. Maybe that has something to do with why they brought him on as well. I think Wink should stay too. I'm just saying it's always been the idea that Lamar Morgan is sort of the heir apparent to Wink. J.J. under center, wing formation, pitches it to Mason, runs right, gets up, first down, tackled at the 6-yard line. I like Lamar Morgan. I really like Lamar Morgan, man. He's a hell of a recruiter. He's a student of the game. He coached with Jesse Minter. He coached with Wink Martindale. Jesse Minter suggested him as the defensive coordinator when he left to go to the NFL, but they determined he wasn't quite ready. But it's always been assumed he was sort of the heir apparent understudy to Wink. I think Wink is here unless he gets an NFL job this next year. I don't know about after next year. I've always said that I thought Wink was here for 3 years. CJ Ham motions into the backfield. Play action. JJ fires. Dumps it off to Josh Oliver. Touchdown. JJ McCarthy. Touchdown Vikings. And for that, we get another one.
Like a dog in the street.
J.J. McCarthy with his second touchdown of the game. Yeah, Tyler, like I said, I thought that Jayden Daniels coming back was a little early. They tried to rush him back. I didn't just for his own health, I didn't like him coming back against a blitz heavy defense like ours. It's also one of the more complex defenses for a young quarterback to have to read. And again, I think you see he got injured again. I don't think he got injured again. I think he just aggravated his arm, and they kept him out as precautionary. Yeah, I mean the tackling's been an issue with a lot of players, a lot of our safeties. It is what it is. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point, Ripstar. I mean, you could hate that video all you want, but JJ's still better than Shadur. You can try. I give you respect. You don't have the authority. Uh, Tyler, so I don't know for sure. They haven't said officially if he got hurt or re-aggravated it, but based on what I saw, I'm I'm speculating that I think he just re-aggravated his arm. He went into the tent, came out, and the sleeve that he had on his arm was not on his arm anymore. There was still a bandage there for something, but he looked like he was fine. So, in my opinion, it looked like he just re-aggravated his arm. They brought him out, had him get looked at, and decided. And maybe I'm wrong because maybe he'll come back in the game, but I expect that they are taking him out for the rest of the game as a precautionary measure, just to let him continue healing. But I don't. They have not said anything official. Yeah, Mike is a better cook. I don't cook. I can cook breakfast. That's about it. Yeah, so Mariota's still in the game. He's one of two, 11 yards, one interception. He's in pistol, two receivers left, wing formation, hands it off. Krosky Merritt tackled behind the line. Uh, a little bit of biasness here. To me, he's number two. Personally, if I'm starting a team right now and I can pick and I need a pass rusher, I'm picking pass rusher, and I can pick anyone in the league. I'm going Hutch, and then probably Miles Garrett and Max Crosby. But I think it's Miles Garrett and Max Crosby battling for number two. I think Hutch is number one. But I'm a Wolverines fan. Maybe that's a homer pick, but I do honestly believe Hutch is a better pass rusher. Incomplete pass to the left by Daniels, and Ertz is down. He's got what might be a knee injury. I think Hutch is the best pass rusher. Oh, that hit on Ertz's knee looked nasty in slow motion. He's okay. I'm saying, right now, if I was putting a team together in the NFL and I could choose between any pass rushers, my first pick is Hutch. I think my second pick is Myles Garrett, but I would consider Max Crosby for the second pick, but I'm probably taking Myles Garrett after Hutch. Of all time, man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I mean, I don't know. Off the top of my head, like I want to say Reggie White. Um, but then you got to put people up there like J.J. Watt, um, Michael Strahan, Jason Taylor, Kevin Green, and then an interesting. Oh wow, Ertz is being helped off of the field. I really hope Ertz is not injured. He cannot put weight on his knee. That sucks. Prayers up for Zach Ertz, man. Um, Here's an interesting conversation. Ripstar. I know Aaron Donald was a three tech mostly, but he was a pass rushing specialist. And if you look back at his career, he took almost half of his snaps at defensive end. And I would say he's as good a pass rusher. Sack by Eric Wilson. Mariota sacked by Eric Wilson on 3rd and long. 4th down. They're going to force a punt. But if you just talk about pure pass rushing ability, Aaron Donald's one of the top 3 of all time. But most people would consider him a defensive tackle. But if you look at his actual play, let me see if I can find how many of his snaps were taken at defensive end. Hold on. I think he's a DT too. But man, he took a lot of snaps at defensive end in their scheme. Like I remember in 2021, which was his best season for sacks, he took like over 150 snaps at defensive end. But I agree. I think of him as a defensive tackle. I just think it's an interesting conversation to have. I think Aaron Donald's probably the best defensive tackle of all time. Yeah, I think it's an interesting conversation, man. Me personally, and he's not going to show up on any top 10 list, but one of my favorite defensive ends to watch. I don't know if you remember him or not. I don't know how old you are. But do you remember the freak Javon Curse? He's the reason that I played defensive end in high school. When I first moved to Tennessee, I moved to Tennessee in 1998, and I uh, I was in sixth grade when I moved to sixth or seventh grade in '98, and the Titans had just moved from Houston to Tennessee, and Javon Curse was their defensive end. And man, he was so much fun to watch. He sort of like I was already kind of like a football, but he like jump started me becoming more into football and wanting to play football. And it was because of him that I wanted to play on the defensive line. Here, well, we're on commercial. Let me see if I can pull up Javon Curse highlight. If you don't know who Javon Curse is, all right. So this is Javon Curse, number 90 on the Titans. He was literally the reason why I played D line. I know he's not going to show up in any top 10 list for defensive ends or pass rushers, but he was one of my favorites to watch. JJ in shotgun now. Cross back to pass. Under pressure, scrambles out of the pocket. JJ gets back to the line, keeps going, first down, and dives down at the 50-yard line. JJ playing hero ball. But according to Colin Cowherd, he's a modest athlete with a modest arm. I don't know, Ripstar. That late '90s, early 2000s Titans team, man. Steve McNair, Eddie George, Javon Curse. Who was the tight end we had? Frank Wycheck, Derek Mason, Keith Bullock. Like, come on. JJ under center, hands it off. Aaron Jones runs up the middle, first down run. Those that early 2000 team with the Titans, man, they were kind of stacked. JJ in shotgun, three receivers, tight formation. JJ trying to get him to jump off sides didn't work. Hey, I know he played at Ohio State, but I'll always give respect to Eddie George. I met him as a kid, and he was real cool dude, and he was good for the Titans. Which again, that's when I started really getting into the NFL. I never really considered myself a Titans fan, but I lived in Nashville, so like Titans were there, and so when I got to go to my first few NFL games, it was at Nissan Stadium, or at that time it was the Adelphia Coliseum. Rest in peace to Air McNair. No, I'm not a Titans fan. I just, again, as a kid, I lived in Nashville, so it was hard not to be a fan of some of the players there. I was 100% a Javon Curse fan. I never said I don't like Randy Moss. I said Calvin Johnson is a better receiver than Randy Moss, but I like Randy Moss. I don't I don't I don't like look at him as like this god of football like a lot of people do. But I didn't I've been very open about this. I didn't really have a pro team until a couple years ago. I always liked the Vikings because I liked first of all, purple and gold's a winning color combination. Uh, Adrian Peterson, Jared Allen, Percy Harvin. I liked those players, right? But I was never a Vikings fan until a couple years ago. Um, I moved away from Michigan before I could really become a Lions fan. I lived in Tennessee, and so like I was a Javon Curse fan. I liked Aaron McNair, um, but I wasn't really a Titans fan. They were just the local team. See, all respect to Jerry Rice, I think if you extrapolate Calvin Johnson's career out to the same length as Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson would be a better wide receiver. But because he decided to pack it up and go home, yeah, I'll say Rice is better. Calvin Johnson could have been the greatest of all time, though. First down run by the Vikings. Calvin Johnson, in my opinion, could have been the greatest receiver of all time. The only reason he's not is through his own doing. J.J. under center, wing formation, two receivers. Fakes the handoff, play action, under pressure, steps up into the pocket, deep pass, hit as he throws, hits Jefferson in the hands, and he drops it. Justin Jefferson one-on-one with Mikey Sainer still in the end zone. Man, Mikey, what can I say? Aaron Jones with a first down run, multiple flags down on the play. Pitches it to Jones, runs up the middle, cuts back, gets down to the 2-yard line. The 3-yard line. 2-yard line. 2-yard line. I don't believe Mendoza is going to be a great NFL QB either. I think his draft stock is artificially risen, but that's just me. JJ play action under pressure, tries to escape, escapes the tackle, spins, tries to get back, gets to the line. Forward progress stopped at the line. Heads up play by J.J. McCarthy. JJ dropping back on 3rd and goal. Fires it to Jordan Addison through his hands, incomplete. They're going for it on 4th. JJ in shotgun, single back, 2 receivers right, Jefferson and Naylor, Addison left, and it's called dead. Minnesota Vikings take a timeout. Yeah, Keegan. Incomplete to Addison again. Shotgun, 3 receivers, and Hawkinson passes to TJ Hawkinson. Touchdown, JJ. JJ McCarthy with 3 touchdown passes today. Washington's own guy tackled his own guy. Write a song about Addison, incomplete to Addison. I will play it on stream during a watch along if you write a song for that, Keegan. Hey, I'd love a ribeye steak right now. Reichert out to kick. J.J. with 3 touchdown passes in this game. Vikings up 31-0. Mariota in shotgun, fakes the handoff, play action, fires deep right, caught, out route, first down. .11 minutes left in the game. Minnesota up 31-0. First and 10, Commanders. Mariota in shotgun, 2 receivers wide left, 1 tight right. Hands it off, runs up the middle, gets through the line, gain of 9. Krosky Merritt. Okay, listen. Krosky Merritt has had a great year for a rookie. He came into the league as Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. But now he wants to be called Bill. How do you go from Ja'Cory to Bill? I'll call him Bill Krosky Merritt if that's what he wants. But how? I formation, Mariota hands off to the running back, runs wide left, gets around the corner, first down, and some steps out of bounds. Someone explain to me how you go from Ja'Cory to Bill. Someone tell me how that works. And I just saw the funniest name of the day. Apparently, there's a tight end on the Commanders whose last name is Yankoff. Mariota under center, wing formation, single receiver, wide left. Hands it off, runs up the middle, met at the line, tackled after 1. So he wants to be called Bill Krosky Merritt. Yeah, Jayden Daniels looks fine right now. Mariota in shotgun, 2 receivers wide right. Mariota under pressure, scrambles, gets back to the line, gains 2, tackle. Jayden Daniels in shotgun, four receivers, tight formation, drops back to throw, scrambles out of the pocket, gets back to the line, tackled just shy of the first down. Ball came out. It looks like it was recovered by the Vikings. Davon Hargrave. Vikings fans, I implore you, please look at the Lions game. Look at this game. Stop bailing on J.J. Keegan, if you're still there, who was probably the only person saying start JJ in fantasy this week? Who was the only person? I know I'm the only person you heard it from. I tried to tell you it was the week to start JJ. Minnesota up 31-0. It's gonna be 2nd and 8. I missed that last play. Sorry. Happy to see Kevin O'Connell get out of his own way on play calling today and actually play call to the strengths of his young quarterback. JJ under center, tight formation, single back. Fakes the handoff, play action, rolling out. Fires to Jordan Addison, who makes the catch, first down. 7 minutes left in the game. Jefferson not in the game. JJ under center, tight formation. CJ Ham in motion into the backfield. Screen pass out to the right. Caught. First down run by Ty Felton. Pitches it to Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason tries to cut back up the center, tackled in the backfield. There's a flag on the play. Holding on defense. J.J. under center, tight formation. Hands it off, runs up the middle. Xavier Scott with the 1 yard run. J.J. in shotgun, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, fires left. Caught. Jordan Addison, first down. Nice throw to the left to Jordan Addison. Incomplete. That was a drop by Jordan Addison. J.J. dumps it off to Xavier Scott, and he gets maybe to the first down line. J.J. McCarthy's stat line today, 16 of 23, 163 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's going to be 4th and 1. They're going to do a virtual measurement, double check the spot of the ball. Keegan. Vikings are going for it, 4th and 1. Under center. Tight end in motion, hands it off, runs up the middle, first down. Xavier Scott. I just want to take a moment again while we're on commercial, guys. Please like, share, subscribe. We are live on the Kinetik 615 channel as well as the Gamer Sideline channel. Yeah, I agree. JJ going back to the line. They're in victory formation. They're just going to run the clock out. JJ meeting with Bobby Wagner at midfield. Respect there. KOC talking with Marcus Mariota. JJ and Mikey getting back together since the first time since 23. JJ and Mikey Samerstill, I love to see it, man. Go blue. Always love between those two. All right, guys. So that's the game. Minnesota wins 31-0 in a shutout over Washington 1 week after being shut out themselves. JJ McCarthy returns triumphantly, 3 touchdowns on the game. My thoughts, it's what I've been saying for weeks, man. Yes, JJ has things that he needs to work on in the offseason. Footwork, decision making, processing, speed of the game, reading the defense and the rotations of the safeties. That can all be coached up. The problems with the Vikings this year were not on JJ. It was play calling. Horrible play calling from KOC up until today. He basically was trying to run his Sam Darnold version of his offense with a lot of deep choice routes that are good for a veteran, a 7-year, 8-year veteran he's had with Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold. He needed to realize he's got a 22-year-old quarterback who is still adjusting to the NFL game. He's just started his 7th game of his career. There's no reason J.J. McCarthy should have had the highest average depth of target in the league as a 22-year-old quarterback. JJ's had an offensive line that has not held up their end of the bargain this year. On paper, that offensive line should be one of the best O-lines in the league. Has not lived up to it so far this season. Receiving core, one of the best receiving cores on paper. However, you factor in all the drops. If the receivers caught all the passes that hit their hands that were dropped this year, we're talking a different game about JJ McCarthy. The things that JJ needs to work on are things that need to be fixed in the offseason, but it is the job of the veterans on the team to lift up the rookies on the team, especially when you have a young quarterback. It is the job of the veterans to lift up that player, to help hide the deficiencies of a young player transitioning to the league. They didn't do that so far to this point in the season. KOC refused to adapt his play calling to a young quarterback until today. KOC admitted in the press conferences the last week that he was going to simplify the offense and adjust the play calling to the quarterback and to what the team is doing well. He finally did that, and we see what happens when you give JJ a run game, when you're running on 3rd and short, 4th and short, when you're giving JJ check downs, when you're giving him out routes and slants and digs and drags, and you're giving him a lot more than just the long developing choice routes by the receivers. This is what you get. You get a great showing by the team. You get a win. You get a shutout. J.J. McCarthy with 3 touchdowns in the game. This is what we needed to be doing all season long. This is what we needed from KOC as the reigning coach of the year. I still think KOC is a good coach. He needed to make these changes, and unfortunately it took him this deep into the season to take a step back, admit his own shortcomings, and make the necessary changes. If he continues to do that for the rest of the season, we can end the season strong. I don't want to tank. I want to see the season end strong. I want people to see that JJ is the guy. A lot of people owe JJ McCarthy an apology. A lot of people owe Thor Nystrom an apology. Stop jumping off the bandwagon so quickly after 6 games. JJ's the quarterback of the future. Get back on the bandwagon or get left behind. Appreciate everybody that came out and hung out with me during this game. Keegan, Ripstar, Tyler, I think Austin showed up. Luna showed up. Lichamax. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. But appreciate you guys showing up, showing out. We'll be back next week for the next game. You can find me everywhere on all social media platforms at Kinetik615 on Twitter and X, or Discord if you want to send me a message. You can find me on YouTube at Kinetik615, also at Kinetik615 Plays for Gaming. Exactly, Keegan's on the Lions bandwagon of injuries. You don't jump off just because you have a bad year or a bad few games. But if you guys would, if you have a moment, please check out the QR code right here. It will take you to my GoFundMe. Many of you that will watch this are already aware of the GoFundMe, but if you're not, or even if you are, please take a look at it. I stopped promoting it for a while because I thought I had enough to get me to my arbitration date, which was originally supposed to be scheduled this month in December. Had that been the case, I wouldn't need to ask for any more donations. However, because of the recent government shutdown, the arbitration date got pushed back to March. And frankly, if I'm being honest, I don't have enough to keep bills paid for myself and my mother between now and March. So any assistance in the meantime can go a long way for me, whether it's a couple of dollars, $10, doesn't matter. Or even if you're not able to donate, please share it out on social media. Let other people see it that might be able to donate and help us through this time. But I appreciate anyone that takes the time to look at it and consider it. But as always, guys, until next time, for me, Kinetik 615, it's always go blue and Skull Vikes. And we're going to have one more for the Vikings win. We're going to have one more on the way out.
Like a dog in the street.
From joystick dreams to Friday night lights, it's controllers and cleats under podcast mics with Life Max dropping deep like he's throwing a bomb, and Kinetik calling audible, staying calm in the storm. From the field to the sticks, yeah, we bring the heat. With Kinetik and Leash Max, never miss a beat. When the final whistle blows or the credits roll, we're signing off strong, that's how gamers take control. Catch us on the sideline, where legends chill, where the playbooks flip and the passion's real. If you heard the takes, then you know the drill. Till next time, fam, keep it clutch, keep it skill. From the field to the sticks, yeah, we bring the heat. With Kinetik and Leash Max, never miss a beat. When the headset's off and the lights go low, we'll be back next game, y'all already know. We out.